Recently, we returned to our hometown Kampar and we stayed there for 3 nights. We took this opportunity to visit our friends and relatives and go around places. But the highlights was actually to have food at all those street food stores that we are familiar with, and also rediscover some of the new eateries that has already opened after we left to Kuala Lumpur. So, in these videos, I want to show you all those street food stores and restaurants that we visited. It's a long list of about 20 of them altogether. Some of them are really good and some of them are just moderate. But what I can tell you is that most of these are unique food. So let me introduce to you the street food and the restaurants in my hometown, Kampar. We first arrived at the food court called Kampor. Over here there are altogether 36 hawker stores, and of course we are not going to try all of them, so we have chosen two distinctive ones, beef noodles and fish balls. The beef noodle store is called Wanggey. This is one of the street food that has been in Kampar for generations. And I remember the original store was at the side lane beneath a big tree in an open area. They've moved here since many years ago, and surprisingly, the taste remains unchanged. It is incredible how this flavor has been preserved religiously through so many years.
94年就金龍影嗰度大石頭嗰度搬過嚟，哦，我好懷念你嘅味道喎。94年之前係幾耐啊？你都唔記得？你老豆你出世有你而家幾歲？40幾？唉，仲後生你。幾歲咗？
The handmade beef ball has a very delightful springy texture, and the beef tendon was chewy, and the beef itself is very tender and aromatic. I highly recommend you to try this beef noodles. It's one of the best in Kampar. The second store we try is洪記老鼠粉. This store is renowned for the fish balls and tofu. It is a Kampar version of the yang tofu, but the taste is quite distinct and different from the one from KL. One of the specialties is the herein, that is a deep fried ball that is made with a blend of fish meats and flour, I guess. Another special one is the pork ball that's combined cuttlefish pieces for added flavor. Another one is the fried yam bean, that is the god, which is popular in Ipoh and Kampar. This type of noodle is popular in Kampar and I highly recommend you to try it at this store. If you have a sweet tooth and enjoy ice cream, wafer, chocolate, look for this dessert house called Kelapa Lelehhh Kampor. At first, we thought that it was just a generic dessert house, but after we browsing through the menu, then we realized that they have some specialties, one of a kind. Imagine the dessert we ordered consists of 5 scoops of colorful ice cream, a stick of magnum, and there were coconut flesh inside in the coconut. Also there are Oreo, more wafers, marshmallow, and so on.
Look at the color.
Sweet corns.
Multicolor.
And the second one that we order is their signature one called Lombok. It is a twist of the Chinese sweet corn linjigang.
So it's ice cream. Ini five scoop of ice cream. And then satu lagi sini. Magnum. Wow. This one apa ni yang ni coconut dia punya easy coconut. And then it's like the Chinese linjikang lah. Ada barang-barang yang ada ni.
Can I have one?
The owner explained to us how the name Kelapa Lelehhh comes from. He said Lelehhh means to drip in Malay, which refer to the dessert is so much that it overflows onto the plate beneath the coconuts. We will at the Kampar Market street food store for dinner. That is the Kampor Siu Sik Tong. This place actually open from morning until night, but in the morning they sell something different from at night. So actually we visited this place twice. For tonight we tried the store called Wanggey. They are famous for a few items, namely the Jichang Fan, that's the flat rice noodles, Fa Sang Wu, the groundnut paste, Wu Tao Gou, taro cake,
Okay, I see you.
and
Bye.
Nor Mai Fan, that's a glutinous rice. The Jichang Fan was served with fried springy pork skin, and we ordered two different types, one with soy sauce and some green chili pickles and fried shallots, and the other one with thin but flavorful curry sauce. The deep fried pork skin absorbed the curry flavor and make it very tasty. The glutinous rice was served with barbecued pork, that's the char siu. It also accompanied by some crunchy fried groundnuts that complements the soft and sticky texture of the glutinous rice very well. These few items are all the signature street food of Kampar that you must try. And Wanggey is among one of the most famous ones. The other one is the rice congee store that we tried. Somehow the store has no specific name there. But I want to highlight that because the rice congee is incredibly smooth. They offer three different types, chicken, fish and pork. We ordered the chicken, which was poached to perfection, very smooth, flavorful, and the skin is springy. We returned to the market the next morning for breakfast and we stopped by a small store selling something called ham gok zai. These small dumplings are made with glutinous rice flour and primarily filled with yam beans. What makes this store special is the long history of it, which has been a family business for generations. The young man in this picture is the third generation of the family business, having taken over from his grandmother. You can hear there's an old Chinese woman voice at the background repeatedly called Ham Gok Zai, and that's the recording of the grandmother's voice. So after the grandmother stopped working, the young man and his father has used this voice recording to promote the dumplings. The next store we visited was Kueh Muih Fong and Ming. Fong 與名糕餅之家. This store sells a kind of local dessert which is called kueh in our local language and is mainly made with flour and sugar. So we bought only one piece of each because we knew that we still had lots of food to try on our list.
呢個係擺
Convention.
point，呢個係咩？黑糯米，一樣一個啦，晏啲。呢個就係白糖糕，呢個係巨大冧，9層糕，呢個叫肥豬肉，係貴嘅名肥豬肉，呢個係木薯，佢最出名嘅嘢食物咧，呢個係糯米糍，粒唔啱粒。
The next one is a Jichang Fan store at the Kampar Market in the morning. The taste of this one is quite different from the one that we had it in the previous night at Wanggey. The noodles were steamed with embedded spring onions and dry shrimp. Then before serving, the noodles were topped with crispy shallots and also roasted sesame seeds. I prefer the Jichang Fan of this store over the one at night, but surprisingly, it does not have a signboard. Maybe because their business is so good and so busy they don't even need one. We also need to order some drinks besides food, So we were at the store number 25 ice blender store called Go Go Bing Sa. The word Go Go Bing Sa means tall ice blended drink. The uniqueness of this drink is that the ice blend is extremely tall, way surpassing the height of the glass. We ordered a blend of almond with Milo, which was recommended by the lady boss. It cost us over 15 ringgit, which was considered pricey by the Kampar standard, but the quantity is so generous that ultimately we asked for empty glasses and shared among 3 of us. We passed by store 26, that is Chuchut Udang, Zaha Bang. So instead of only buying the prawn fritters, we also end up trying other kuehs and pap that the owner promoted to us. One of the unique items was the Chinese barbecue pork puff, char siu gong. The guy at the back was actually making on the spot. And of course, the signature one is the prawn fritters. It's very crunchy, made with whole shrimp, complete with heads and shell on top. My brother-in-law also ordered some tall fanzai at one of the stores. It is a kind of short noodles that is measured about 2 to 3 inches, primarily made with flour and stir-fried with long beans and dark soy sauce. I wouldn't want to describe it as the best food in Kampar, but it's definitely unique and it's worth trying then since you may not find it at anywhere else. And this store sells char kway teow or fried noodles. In Cantonese we call tang zai chao fan. Tang zai means stool. This uncle fried the noodle and he always sat on the stool and he's become an iconic symbol of the store. Food in Kampar is not just Chinese food. So we went to Marinawa for lunch at restaurant IQA corner Nasi Wanggey. This restaurant has a large parking lot in front. It is a standalone building with open air design. We met with the owner and she told us that she's a Malaysian and has Pakistani heritage. The food served is halal and we were particularly impressed by the cleanliness of this place. After finding a seat, we ordered our favorite drink from the menu. But we need to go to the counter to choose the dishes we wanted for our rice.
Sebab saya baru pertama kali sini, saya tak tahu kan. You apa yang best kali lah.
We tried the signature dish Nasi Wanggey, which is served with sambal kelapa, achar, and a drizzle of a combination of 6 different types of curries. The secret is that the combination of these 6 curries is the one that make it absolutely delicious. Besides that, we also sampled the deep fried onion chicken, which is dressed with a spicy onion sauce. Overall, the quality of the dishes actually exceed our expectation. With the cleanliness of the restaurant and also the friendly staff, I highly recommend dining here to enjoy the Ayam Wanggey. We went for an eating spree in the afternoon on the second day when we were in Kampar. Our first stop was Wing's Cottage Restaurant, Wing Hua Kok. It's around 5 p.m. in the afternoon and we knew that we are going to visit 2 more eateries tonight, so we ordered something light. We started with rojak and the ingredients were quite common like pineapple, yam bean, cucumber, etc. But it's the peanut sauce that stood out and that was the hit among us. We also ordered squid with paku, 魷魚巴菇菜. Usually, most people use squid with kangkong, that is 魷魚拱菜. So substituting it with paku make it exceptionally unique. Since I particularly like paku, that's one of my favorite dishes. Besides that, we had the fried mango chicken that is dressed with Thai-inspired sauce and it has a perfect balance of sweetness and spiciness. Although it's a small shop, but I felt the coziness and the inviting environment. The owner is a friendly lady. It's mentioned that they also cater for various occasions and they are able to arrange buffet services and home delivery. Although it was raining heavily, we determined to continue our food hunt. So our next destination was a famous noodle shop called Wanggey Lai Fun. It's located at the new Wanggey village in Kampar. This place only open at night, so we try to arrive slightly early to avoid the dinner crowd. This type of noodle is called Lai Fun, and this store was already there since 1973. My wife and her family have been the patrons of this place for many years since they were young. The Lai Fun that they sell is slightly different from others because of the texture. All the noodles are handmade and my wife loved the texture, but it isn't that what I was looking for. So in short, the noodles taste a bit flat and were not very springy. However, it was probably just me, as the store was always full of customers. We ordered the noodle that's come in the form of dry noodles, also clear soup and curry soup. The last stop was Wanggey restaurant famous for clay pot rice, and this restaurant has been operating there for over 60 years. The rice was cooked from the raw state in clay pots over open fire with charcoal, and the clay pot and the stove were lined up on top of a large counter in front of the restaurant. I was there and enjoyed watching the cooking process from preparing the rice to the finishing touch by adding chicken on top. There are two types of clay pot rice. The first type is the one that is more common, mixed with the rice with a sauce which mainly consists of dark soy sauce. So as the cooking process continues and near the completion, the marinated chicken, salted fish, a Chinese sausage and other ingredients are then placed directly on the rice, covered, simmered until perfection. The second type is called the white version. That means the chicken is placed on a small plate before being added to the cooked rice. So while the chicken and rice continue to cook together, the gravy from the chicken will then spill over the plate into the rice. We tried both versions to share and both were delicious. I particularly liked the white version because it was unique and something I couldn't find anywhere else.
Phần chiêu最緊要。
OK，粉椒。
我撈話。啊，得啦得啦得啦。
鹹魚，應該係黑嘅。
We had breakfast at Wanggey Food Center. In Chinese, it's called 金英食物中心 on the third day in Kampar. Over there, we tried the special Laksa and also ordered some congee from the other store. The Laksa is special because it combines the Penang style Laksa with braised pork ribs and intestine braised in soy sauce. Although Laksa and braised porks are common, but I've never seen them mixed together in one bowl. The combination is surprisingly delicious. If you're interested in trying this unique combination, this may be the only store where you can find it. As for the congee, they have chicken and fish congee. The poached chicken was decent, but the fish congee was better as it was made with fresh sliced fish on the spot. That makes it extremely fresh. Another famous food item in Kampar is the curry chicken bread. So we head to the originator of curry chicken bread, Min Bao Gai, that is Yao Kee restaurant, Yao Gai. It is basically selling the concept with a large loaf of bread and then with bone-in, skin-on chicken chunks wrapped inside. The curry is then encased in the dough and baked, and it captures a lot of attention and become quite popular. For me, the flavor is quite ordinary, so it is more about experiencing the creativity and the originality that create this chicken curry bread. On the way back to Kuala Lumpur, we drove to Timor, which is a short drive from Kampar. Over here, we tried the special fermented bean curd braised pork lam yu ju yok bao at Nam Siong coffee shop. So far, this is the only place I know that they sell these buns. The bun is ready usually at 2 p.m. so when we arrived, it's already packed with people. It wasn't easy, but we managed to grab the last one, along with coffee and other types of buns we ordered. We had lunch at Nam Heng Long restaurant in Timor before returning to Kuala Lumpur. We ordered the signature dishes among the kong bao snake head, salted egg paku, and tofu that is topped with dry shrimp and shallots and also chicken wings. So that's the entire list of food and restaurant we tried in Kampar, our hometown. It is a comprehensive list, but I know it is not complete, as there are many more stores yet to be explored. So now is your turn to start your food hunt. Go to Kampar, have a real experience in person. Good luck and enjoy your food journey. See you in the next video.